Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're doing well today. Well, we're going to learn how to turn this hat into this hat, something similar to this hat. Okay? So I'm going to put this on pause, and I am going to take out all the stuff that you need and show you everything that you need for this item. Alright, I'm back. You will definitely need certain things, and then some things you can or do not necessarily have to have. Well, first things that you do need is you do need, other than the hat, you do need scissors. You need some wire cutters. And you need a glue gun. I've got one of the smaller ones. I have a bigger one, which I strongly suggest using the bigger one. Because, you know, you have a lot to glue. However, I already had my other glue in it, and I didn't want to take it out and ruin it. So I stuck with this one. You can get any cheap glue gun. I think Dollar Tree sells them. You're also going to need a bunch of black glue. Okay, black glue sticks. You can get the short ones, but this one I got the longer ones because I have more projects to do, more hats to do, and some other things I had to use black glue for. But this particular bag is 100. I will send a bunch of links to the places that I can find the cheapest of everything. But for this one, I would probably stick with the link that I'm going to give you for this one. And then this one I got from Amazon. I do like these glue sticks because they are not very stringy and they hold well. And when it gets hot and it cools off, it's really black. I don't suggest getting the ones with the glitter in it, only because you're working with other things and you just don't want the glitter to show. So just get solid black glue sticks, okay? And use the link that I send you. And if you don't have it, say you're watching this in another country and you don't have access to Amazon, you can probably go online and get you some other types of black glue sticks. Now, I do want to use black glue sticks instead of regular liquid glue because it simply holds better. And it's okay if it gets wet. The only thing you have to worry about is when it gets into the heat. So those are the main things that you're going to need. Now, you want to get all fancy, then we start going to different things. Such as, I have spider lace. It looks like spider web lace. It looks like spiders. Let's see if I can find the little ones that I have. I had cut some pieces. So the spider lace looks like a spider web. Again, I'll send you a link to the cheapest place that you can find it. And pretty much a lot of these you can just simply find on Amazon if you want it quicker. This is a yard. You don't need a yard if you're going to work with one hat. But if you're going to work with multiple hats, then yeah, I would get a yard. And you can always use it for other things. Now, you could also get the netting. This is the netting. You can see here It came out of this bag here. I only paid like $1 and then with tax. I went and picked it up. And that was pretty cheap. You can get that at the cheap dollar bin store. And then I have a bag of little bats. I'm going to pull this out, show you the bats. They come in different sizes. This is the big one. Can't see it. Big bat. And then you have the little bat. These, I believe are 50 of them in there. So you have plenty to work with. This comes with some extra in case you want to put them on the wall. I don't need it. It's just getting in my way. I'm pulling them out. So I'm going to put these back in so I don't lose these. Next thing you're going to need is you're going to need some thread. You don't need a big spool like this. I have a big spool only because I actually sew, but you can find the little tiny ones or really little ones that you can find at the dollar store. You only need that. You need black. This I got at the dollar store. This, let me put my glasses on, is 6 inches wide, but it is 3 yards. I'd say if you want a long bow string to hang down really long, then you're going to use this entire thing. Otherwise, you can play it by ear on how long you want it. And when we get to that point, I will show you. But you will use just one of these if you get it at the dollar store, and it's only 3 yards. You'll only be able to use it for one hat. However, you can buy bigger ones that sell more yard for it. This one is the red. I got it at Walmart, but I will look online to see where is the cheapest place that you can buy it. And this one I've already used for the one that I showed you in the beginning of this video. I already used it, and I can still use it at least 2-3 more times. Now let's go with the flowers. Yeah, all sorts of flowers. I like the really dark ones. I call them blood flowers because you're working with Halloween time. So you want like flowers that kind of look like blood. So I got that at the Dollar Tree. You can get them anywhere else. I would really suggest you get these at a very cheap store to save you money. I wouldn't go to an actual craft store, such as, I don't want to say names, but we have some craft stores here. I wouldn't go there unless I'm looking for a certain something. It's just these flowers at their stores are so expensive, and it's cheaper if you go to like General Dollar. I got these at Dollar Tree for Halloween time. They've also got some red roses that come with an eye. I have to glue it together. Come with an eye. It's got a spider. It's got a bat on it. It's got these little sprigs of, looks like branches. We're going to use all of that. The leaves we're going to use. And this is just some more. Then we have some leaves, black leaves I use to put them on the hat. Now when I got these, all of these flowers were wrinkled, crushed, because they put them in boxes and they don't lay them nicely, so they all got ruined. And if you want them to look like this, nice and full, then in another video I have flowers on how to get all the wrinkles out. Okay, just gonna put that one to the side and read that particular one. These I got, you can get black or you can get brown. I wanted to use the brown because it's more natural, and I wanted you to be able to see this on in front of the hat. So this is made out with the wire. This is just like a sprig of flowers, except for this looks like branches. And I wanted to use the brown. They come in a pack of 10. Where I got it, I will send you the link. I'm going to put one out here. Now, if you can't find at the Dollar Tree one with an eye in it, you can always buy eyes online. You can get a bunch of these eyes, different colors. Green, blue, brown, there's black or gray. So you can get all sorts of colors if you want. And there's the backing of it is kind of in, but I ended up doing some glue, hot glue gun around it, and then I just place it in the flower like this. Okay, I'll send you a link for that as well. Like everything, I'll send a link, and if I miss something, please comment below. Hey, where did you get whatever you forgot to put it, and I will try to put it in the description. I happened to find a bag of a bunch of things, and the skulls were in there. These are probably about 2 inches tall. And I think for this one, I might use these. I might not for this particular hat. All my hats, or if you buy them, I might have an actual picture of one of them, but they're all going to be different only because I'm actually hand making them, and where I place the flowers and leaves, etc., are going to be different. Okay, so I might use the skulls, I might not. I'm just going to put them to the side. So here we talk about hats. And lastly, if you want, there are, there's my other, let's see, where did I forget? This one, I bought a bag of spiders, and this has a variety of spiders. You have a really big spider, and you have one that is, and it kind of sits up. Okay, this one is more flat, so medium size. And then you have this little guy. I love using these little guys more to hide them inside my flowers that you have to look real close to see. I love these little guys. You can if you want. I also got some of these snakes you can put on top of the hat if you want. I think this one I might do the snakes along with the spiders and the skull. I think I'm going to do that. Alright, let's begin. Sorry, I have to get these laces that fell down. You can see in the back I got my Maleficent. I love Maleficent stuff. Okay, we're going to get the hat. here. Got my tools over here. And I'm going to put the spiders and the snakes a little bit further away. Now, what I have done with all of this here is I have taken off all of these, even the leaves, because I'm going to use them. And by the way, save this because you can use them for in case you need some type of a wire. You can use that. That's going to be sturdy. And if you watched my videos on how to get wrinkles out of leaves and flowers, I tell you about saving these. So always save them. And if you're a crafty person, you know you save pretty much everything. So I have taken off most of them, and I'm just going to dump it here. Oh, and by the way, I've also bought, because I'm working with the red flowers, I also bought a garland that is glittery, and it is the same color. I got this one at the Dollar Tree for Halloween, and I wanted something to give it a little sparkle. So I have this that I am going to cut up these that hang to the side like you've seen before. Put that to the side there. I'm just going to dump all of the flowers, the black, the flowers here that we are working with. Now, before I begin, I am going to grab my lace, grab my lace, my spiderweb lace. You can have regular tulle lace. This lace is really soft for apparel, and I wanted to get that so it doesn't scratch you. And then the netting as well is very, very soft. All right. I've had my glue plugged in, my glue gun plugged in. I always like to keep glue sticks out, because when I'm working, it's I don't have to try to dig inside the bag. So I've got at least 4. You're not more than likely not going to use all 4 of these, but it's better be prepared than not prepared. So let's work with the tool. Now remember I said if you go at the if you go to the Dollar Tree store, this is 3 yards. So I am going to use this. I can cut out 3 yards, or you can play it by ear, and let me show you how. Take the tool, get you quite a few, and you're going to find here, which is the seam, wrap it around the front, and you're going to play this by ear, meaning I'm going to fold this straight down, fold it in half. I'm going to fold this in half. As you've seen here, I folded it in half. I'm going to place it in the front. Now I want the open part at the bottom, because I don't want it to show up on top where the opening is. Now you wanted an extra length because you're going to have to tie it and put it in bow. So what I like to do when I am working with tying ribbons and things like that I always do not cut it yet, unless you already know, but I like to play with being able to figure out how much I want to use. So if I tied this and made a bow at this point, tie it into a bow. Always make sure that the long part of the bow is going to be at the bottom. Now, if I were to, I would do it tighter, obviously. My main concern is this. How long do I want this to be? I actually want it longer this time around than the one that I have. So, what I'm going to do is, now that I have extra pieces, I'm just going to roll out some, take my scissors, and cut. Okay, put that to the side. Now I'm going to undo this again. This time, I'm going to find out, I'm going to take the two ends, and I'm going to find out where the middle is. So I'm taking the two ends, running it along, and here. This is my middle piece. And I want to make sure I keep these folded in half. And match it. So this is the center of all this lace. This is the center. You're going to put glue on the bottom part where the opening is. You're going to put glue there. Don't put glue at the top, only because it's going to go on somebody's head, and this part is going to expand some. So I always like to use it just at the bottom when I do the glue, just at the bottom, making sure it goes through both pieces. Let it sit for like a second or two, and then I'm going to tie it around the back. I like to leave this part loose because you can play with it, you can make it more fluffy, or however you want to do it. So let me see. Sorry, bunch of glitter there. Again, I'm finding my seam, and I'm going to go directly across the front. You don't have to be, move these otherwise. You don't have to be precise as far as where you want to put the glue. You can always just, I put the glue here, as you can see. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to kind of press that it kind of goes through both. So here you can see it's gone through both pieces. I'm going to give that a second to dry a little bit. Then I'm going to go around and glue at the bottom, not everywhere, probably 2 more times on both sides, and then 1 in the back. Okay, so let's do that. Making sure your half is even together. I'm going to put some glue here. If you look at the links below, I have made these and I sell these. So if you're like, I just want them really quick. I don't want to have time to make it. Or you want to give it for somebody as a gift, then you can purchase it there. And I have that at the links below. Go to this side. Sorry, this tool is very catches up on my everything. Clothing, shirt, you name it, it catches up. Putting more glue. Making sure the glue goes through both pieces. So I'm pressing down. I know you can't see that. I'm pressing down on them to make sure the glue is gone through. With this. And now we're at the back. I don't want to glue it just yet. I want to wait until I tie it and then put the glue. So now that these have kind of sat in place and is cooling off, I'm just going to move all this glue over here, scissors, etc. Now I'm going to tie it. Going to put it in a bow. Sorry, I have yellow fuzzy flowers that I got pieces hanging everywhere. They're coming off, kind of like the glitter that's coming off of everything. Just as you tie a bow, you don't want to tie too tight, because remember I said somebody's head's got to go through there, so you don't want to tie it too tight. Okay, got it here. Now I want to make the bow part. So again, you need to make sure you keep this in half. You want to make sure the bottom opening is at the bottom. The opening is at the bottom. See how I had to twist it a little bit to make sure the bottom is secured. Again, when you're pulling it out, you want to make sure that this is probably the hardest part, is doing the bow. You want to make sure that the bottom is all the openings. You can go really, really big, or you can go small. And make this tight. You want to make sure these match, because you don't want one bigger than the other. So I'm going to put it in half, and I got them equal. So a lot of times you might get one side bigger than the other. Alright, so here I've got lots of extra hanging in the back. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to glue the bow on the back. So stick it on the back and the bottom, press, and let it dry. Keep holding it, and you can fluff out these if you want, but always know that you want that to stay in place. Now you're probably wondering, oh man, you can see all the glue. Well, once you put the flowers, you're not going to see that. I am going to the bottom of this bow, the part of the tulle that hangs, and it's okay, you can cut them even, or you can just leave them like different lengths. I kind of like doing either or. This particular one, I'm going to leave it as it is, but again, I'm going to fold this in half, like so, and I'm going to take the scissors, and from the openings corners, okay, you got the opening corners, I'm just going to cut a triangle. So when you open it, it looks like a fancy ribbon. Let's see, I know you can't quite see that, just the black. That way you can see it has the V shape. Do the same thing with the other one. Fold it in half. You don't have to be in the exact same spot, but be close enough on where you want to cut. Remember to cut from the openings corners and not from the fold. Opening corners, and just cut you another piece again. And there you have it. Let's move to the lace and the netting. I've taken the lace. You can cut however wide you want it. Maybe you want the lace to go all the way around. That is up to you. But I like the tattered look, so I cut them in strips. And I cut them in strips, and this is, let's do this one. I cut 6 inches, wide. And then what I did is I folded it, and I folded it, and folded it, and got how I kind of want it. You can go a little bit longer. I wouldn't go any shorter than this, only because you want it to hang off the side of your hat. So I cut it lengthwise, and because I didn't want it straight flat, again, I cut an angle to give it, you know, some, not everything's going to be completely horizontal. You want 2 pieces, at least that's what I'm going to do here on this one. I'm going to take 2 pieces of this. Then I'm also going to take my tattered lace and my netting, and you see it's kind of like all bulked up again in a roll. This is where I'm going to play it by ear. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video, and then I'm going to prop this up on a Lazy Susan. And for some of you might know what a Lazy Susan is. Some of you might not. In the meantime, I'm going to put it on pause, and I'm going to show you why I'm going to put it on a Lazy Susan. Just hold on a moment. Okay, we're back. And I'm going to need some more glue in the back, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. This is going to help with, to push the other glue through the front. Otherwise, the glue won't come out. So now I am going to take this. Now you wonder why Lazy Susan? Guess what? When I'm working on this, all I need to do is just spin it around. Okay? This helps out a lot when you're working with something you have to work with all the way around as opposed to just one side. So now we're going to focus on the front. And I'm going to move just a little bit closer so that I can work on the front and the in front of the camera. I'm going to cut this. It would have to fall in it. And you don't have to be precise. You could cut it the same length as this, but I don't want to as the lace. I might cut it a little bit longer, or I might just figure out how I want it to hang. Okay. I think I'm going to put just a little bit longer here. I'm going to cut this whole thing in half with my scissors. I'm sorry, I got everything dropping on me. My scissors. I'm going to cut all the way through. I'm going to keep this. Put this to the side. Now let's see how long this is. You know what? I can cut this in other strips. This is like really, really long. See how long this is? I keep unraveling it. The scissors are really long. So I'm just letting a knot. Going straight down, straight down, straight down. And I'm just going to try to get them straight. They want to roll for some reason on all four sides. So I'm going to fold it to try to keep it from rolling so much. Okay, there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it, putting the ends together, and I might actually have that like that long in half to hang. Okay. Or I can make it longer this way. So it all depends. You can stretch it out more, have more lace, have more netting. But I can also cut it this way, and then I only have half of that. So I think maybe that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to cut this in half first, matching basically somewhere along the lines of the ends together, and then take the half and cut it. Put one to the side. Oh, still got a string. Put that to the side. And now I'm going to cut this lengthwise. Open it up. You don't have to be precise as far as the cutting part, but try to get close, because again, the tattered look is good for when you're doing different things that have to be something that's not ordinary, and witches aren't ordinary, are they? So now I'm going to cut in half. Again, you don't have to be precise. I'm going to do an estimate. Put that to the side. And now I have two pieces. what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the lace and one of the netting, and I am going to glue them up here like so. I'm going to have this part of the lace cut facing the front. Now remember, I'm working sideways. There's the front, the bow is the back. On this side, I'm going to put the lace in the front and the netting in the back. So let's go ahead, grab the glue. Let's work with the netting first. I'm just going to figure out just anywhere. The netting, I am just going to start laying some glue down. Okay, you might want longer. I'm going to take the ends here, and I am going to lay it across like so. Now, you can take a part of another piece, like another glue stick, which I don't have, I don't know where it went. And you just want to kind of like press down a little bit. You can use a toothpick if you want. I had an old glue stick that I didn't like that glue because it was very stringy and it was cheap. So I have that, but I still want to glue these other pieces, so I'm going to take the glue and put it around on both sides. If you see here, you see it? I'm going to put the glue up. So let me do that. Careful not to get yourself glued on because that does hurt. Now I'm going to go this side and just press down. Make sure it's in place and doesn't move, because this you can end up making wider and longer. Again, now I'm going to take the strip. Remember, the cut side I'm going to put facing the front. I'm going to overlap it like so. I'm going to overlap it like so. See if I've overlapped it? And I'm going to let it hang. So again, I'm just going to add some glue. And you're overlapping. And I'm laying it on there, getting something like the toothpick or something else to try to tap it down. You want the glue to go all the way through the lace so it'll stick. And there you have it. Okay? Don't worry about it right now. You see glue there, don't worry about it, because we're going to be covering those. Let's go to the other side. Now, remember, this side has the lace and the netting. You can, when you go to the other side, you can do the same thing. You can put the lace and the netting in the back. Okay, you can put the lace and the netting in the back. What I have done on the other hat, I have switched it up. I put the lace in the back and the netting in the front. However you want to do it is perfectly fine. Again, this likes to roll up for some reason. So working with this netting is kind of a little pain. All right, we're gonna lay this down, making sure you get about the same distance on the front, because the front is, you keep looking, always keep finding your front. So I need to pull it back some, and it's going to go here. So I'm going to take the glue again, and the glue this on. It's okay if it gets caught up on your stuff, but you just want to make sure you get the netting all up in there, or else it's going to come off. Now, I can put the glue, I can put some glue here so the strings don't keep coming off, and just seal it, because this string here is the ones that are going straight here. Okay, now I'm going to take the lace. You can put it facing the front, but this time around I'm going to turn it over so that the cut part is in the back. And I'm going to lay this again overlapping the net part and glue it down. Again, sticking to me. So let's tap it down. And now you have that side. Okay. Now let's focus on, see how they hang? Now let's focus on the front. This just likes to get caught up. Netting and lace gets caught up in everything. Let's focus on the front. I'm going to grab the one black flower with the eye. And you see how some of them are all the same? They didn't like twist it. I'm going to twist it, each layer of petals, and try to make it look a little fuller. See how I made it look a little fuller? Let me turn this one around here. See, that looks a lot fuller than what they previously had, right? And then I'm going to take another black close to me. I'm going to grab the red. I'm going to grab some leaves. I'm going to grab some of the smaller black leaves. And then I'm going to grab some of these. Some of these leaves, okay? Now the leaves I'm going to put on the sides, okay? You can put one directly in the front. However, when you have this on your head, you don't want everything directly in the front and things hanging over, and you can't really see out. So that's why I didn't want to put any leaves out in the front. But again, you can, if they're smaller, I suggest it. Or you can just simply do these big leaves as such. First thing I'm going to work with is this one. Pulled it off, I'm going to cut, like if you see here, I'm going to cut off this part here, okay, which I've done so in this one. I've cut it. I'm going to take some glue, hot glue, put it on there. I've got enough glue up on here, and just set it. You want to put it in the front, like so. Okay, then I want to work with you know, flowers and some of the green and some of the black, but I like to put in between the leaves first before I put a flower. That way you kind of get some natural flower looking on there. I'm going to take this, I'm going to cut it. Put some glue. And I'm going to put it kind of at an angle, but straight up, like so. Now I'm going to take the red, and I have already done so, but I'm going to cut it off, the extra piece of stem, put some glue, and glue it in as such. You can get different flowers. You see how this one's different than that one? I'm going to put that one on this side because I don't want to keep using the, you know, two flowers, two flowers, two flowers. I want to kind of mix it up. That's why I say grab a bunch of, I won't say a bunch, grab you 4 different flower bouquets of each color. You want 2 of each at least. And I have cut that off, but this time I'm going to put the black, okay? I'm going to cut the top off where the stem was. Let's see, I'm going to try to lay it. Will that look right? Not really. I don't quite like that. So I'm going to go with another green, and I'm going to use a different type of leaf because the red leaves, the red flowers had, you know, this had this one leaf and this one had these leaves. So I'm just going to lay that here. You want to cut, if you want to go ahead in the beginning, take all your flowers and all your leaves and just cut them all off and stick them in a bag if you want. Okay. I'm just going to lay that here. Now look, now we're working on the side. So now we are going to do some different things. We're going to work on the leaves. I can tuck the leaf underneath and glue, which is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put another one in the back. Okay? This time I do have to cut the stem off of the leaf. And I'm going to run the glue straight down on the stem part in the back. This is going to help keep it, all of it, all on top of the hat and in place. So be careful, don't touch the glue. I'm going to tuck it under and leave it like that. For some reason, this one did not stick. Let's try that again. Grab you another type of leaf, cut it. glue. And your glue, you don't have to keep the leaves the same direction because you don't want, in nature, things aren't always, you know, cut and dry. Leaves go different directions, flowers go in different directions. Now I'm going to take a different flower and place it here. So let's do that. I'm going to cut the top or the bottom part, the stem. I'm going to glue. Just going to lay that back in there. Now, I'm going to have some things that are, one other thing that's going to hang here. I'm either going to have it hang in the front, or I might have it hang straight down in between the lace and the, over the lace and netting. And that is this. This is the garland that you have a whole piece that comes off, which is great because you don't have to measure. And I'm going to cut 2 pieces. There's 1. And 2. So I'm going to use that on the other side. Put this one away. I'm going to have to grab one more leaf. Excuse me. Because I'm short one leaf back there. I might use one that doesn't have a lot. Okay. I'm going to come back to the back because I need to go to the other side. Okay, it's stuck together on there. And I'm just going to keep this bolt together so it slides differently. There's your front. Let's go to the other side. Your lace. And now we've got red, and now let's do flowers, leaves. Let's see, that one is the same one, so I want to use the other one here and put it here. Again, you're going to tuck it in the back of the flower. Making sure, but you can leave some space. Okay, let's take another black flower. And we're going to take this flower and stick it right here. Oh, and then we cut the back. Before I do, I'm going to take the leaf, cut it, and I'm going to lay this one down here, kind of facing up front, and I kind of want it matching like the other one, so I'm going to pull it up front here. Okay, that's about the size. So again, you're going to glue that down the vein of the leaf. Put it to the front. Kind of get it to match the other one, so it's not quite off. You can have it off a little bit, but that's okay. Now I'm going to glue the other flower. Like so. Okay, I've got the center in the front and 2 sets of flowers. Now before I go any further, I am going to glue these 2 pieces on each side. I would suggest taking it, you see how it arches? I wouldn't have it arched to the front. I would have it arched to the back, only because you want it to go over your shoulder and not in front, hitting you in the face. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to glue on the back side, I'm going to glue here, and then on the hat, I'm going to put a little dot and put that so it keeps in place so it doesn't keep sliding and get loose. Let's do that now. I'm going to measure where I want it. I think I'm going to have it here and hanging. Let's put some glue. I want to make sure there was enough glue there, and I'm going to work under the leaf this time so that it goes in the back. That way it's not in your face. You see how it goes backwards? Because you didn't want it to go forward and into your face. You kind of want it to go backwards. I want to put a dot here of glue to keep it in place from moving around so much. So let's do that. Make sure you lay out in your lace and your netting so they don't get caught differently. Go to the other side. Do the same thing with this one. I'm going to put the glue here. Make sure it goes backwards so it doesn't hit you in the face. I'm going to take this glue, go here. I'm going to place this one under the big leaf. Now you can put the leaf a little bit of glue so that the leaf holds up over it if you want, and just hold down till it kind of dries. I need to put some more glue in my glue gun so I can work with the front. Now let's go to the front again. Remember I said I might use snakes in a skull. So this is your center. I might put this here, the skull here. I might use a snake to go in the front. I lay stuff out to see how I want to work it. You can have the snake coming out. But I'm also going to take this and put it in the front so that I can give the hat some height. Okay? I am going to cut this down here. I'm kind of pull some of this out so it's not so flat. And I'm going to just start laying stuff out. Okay, again, that's your centerpiece. And I kind of like this right here. But this is kind of heavy, so I want to see if I take it, if it's going to be too heavy. No, it won't be too heavy if I glue it. So I'm going to take this skull, I'm going to lay it, nest it inside near the hat. I want to have the snake coming out. So let's work with all that. I'm going to glue. I'm going to put a lot of glue here because I really want the pores of this skull to really stick down and nest it in the front. Tuck it in between the flowers, and you can see some of the leaves on the side. I'm going to have the flower kind of going up some. Now I'm going to take the snake and I'm going to run the glue. And let's have this little guy coming out the back here. Like how the head is kind of sticking up some, like it's alert. So when you come up to if somebody comes up to you, the snake's kind of like sitting up going, who are you? I'm going to take a bat, and it's flat. If you can see, it's a flat bat. See how flat it is? However, the bat wings are posable. You can bend them so that they go kind of up a little bit. And that's what you can see here. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here, and I'm going to stick this in the front, maybe here. Let me see, I might stick it here. I might stick it over here. I kind of like it over on this side at the end. And I'm not going to have it come straight out. I'm going to have it sitting at an angle only because of the snake, right? Let's see, do I hold it back here? I think I'm going to have it here. So I can put some glue on the back, and I'm going to lay it down so it's paying attention to the snake. Okay? I'm going to make sure the wings go up. When you put it down, the glue on there is hot, and it kind of makes the bat want to go flat. Up top here, which you can't see, I'm gonna put that last. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit later, but now I kind of got the front. I gotta glue this in, which I haven't done so yet, and I got it all tangled. I'm gonna make sure I put glue on the bottom and some a little bit ways up. So let's put some glue here and at the bottom, because it's going to sit at the bottom, and you want to make sure the glue is going to keep it in place. There we go. So it's going to keep it the place in the back and in the front. Fix the petals of the flowers and have it nesting in the back. Alright, we're going to move to the sides again. And my last one, I kind of left a little space here, but I think I may fill it up all the way. Meaning I left a little space here and then put the flower over here. But I might just end up, let me lay these flowers out. I need to get more flowers. Got another flower. Start laying them out. I think I'm gonna go, because I see here that do I want it sticking out here with the flower in the way? Do I want to do that? And oh look, I forgot to twist the opening, so I need to turn this around so that the opening of the bow is at the bottom. So this is going to be fluffy. Do I want this to be in the way? So what I'm going to do is I am going to leave a little bit of space here so I can make it fluffy, and I'm probably going to add it there. But before I do, I need to add another leaf. And I'm going to put the big leaf going in the opposite direction. This one I put facing forward. This one I'm going to put facing back. I'm going to get some different leaves. Set that here. I think I'm going to use this one here. that one, and I'm going to put this other leaf. I think I might put a block one this time. One black leaf in the back. Just so you can see that there is some black to that, contrasting the red tulle to the flower. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this all out. Going to cut the leaf. Put the glue down on the leaf, all the way down the middle vein. Make sure you're laying these out flat on top. You want it to go backwards. Leave it for a sec. Okay. Now let's take this flower and we're gonna stick it there. I mean, not flower, sorry, leaf. And put it so. Okay. I'm gonna take the red, put some glue. Going to overlap a little bit on the leaf. It's there. And now we're going to take the black, and again I had cut the back off some, just because I knew it was time consuming, so I did it ahead of time. And I'm going to tuck it in the back. Okay, that way this has room to be nice and fluffy. Over here, I needed to do a little bit of glue. Remember I did on the other side a little glue dot so that this isn't moving all over the place. Making sure I'm putting the lace flat down and putting this straight down. So I'm holding it in place a little bit till it dries. So that it stays in place. We got more things to do on this side, but I like to be consistent on doing the same thing on all sides to make sure that I don't miss anything. So on this side I had another leaf that needed to come out. Big leaf. Cut it. I know this is purple. I try to use, I don't have any more of the silver one, so I try to put the one in the back. And I'm going to tuck it in here, like that. I'm going to try to match it with the other one on the other side, and it was back here. Some more. Let's do that. Match it with the other one, other side. You can see here, I matched it with the other one. I know you can't see that here, let's do it upside down. I matched it with the other one. Put some more, another leaf over here. Cut it. Sorry, I'm cutting off the camera. If I do that, I'm sorry. I just have to have things closer to me so I can see. And I'll put the leaf there. Hold it in place a little bit. Next. Now, I had this flower, so now I want to go with the other came apart. Oh, that's okay. I'm going to end up gluing it all together before I lay it down. Let's do so now. I'm going to put a little bit here, a little glue here. Lay the big part of the flower. Oops. Glue. So if they come apart and they don't end up sticking, that's okay. You can always grab some glue and stick you a little bit here and there. You don't have to be, you can be stingy on the glue when it comes to doing the flowers. And remember, you kind of want the flowers to be offset of the other one. You don't want to have the two leaves over each other. You kind of want to have it off. Now I'm going to take this part and place it in its place, like so. Now I have my flower. See how all the flowers are not the same? They're a little bit different. Put glue on the back. Glue it down. And I've glued it in place. And then lastly, this side, because remember we are starting off with a black one in the center. So you have two on the side, and this one's going to have an extra flower over here. Okay? But we got to put some leaves first. Let's take the leaves. Again, that just came off. I'm going to put a little bit of glue so at the bottom comes back on. And then glue. Put some glue on here. And then we're going to add one more flower. And let's stick that here. Take out the leaf here. Okay? So you have it a little bit different on both sides. You can go red, red, black, or however you want to do it, but I like to kind of alternate it. And lastly, we are grabbing one of these and we're going to stick it in the back to match the other side. I know. The black with the black, but it's okay. Okay. So now these have room to breathe. Now we get to go to the fun part. Actually, all of it's fun. Fun part is we're going to work with bats. We're going to work with the spiders. We might work with some more snakes. So I'm going to grab out some spiders, the different types of spiders here. I'm going to grab some of the other one. And we're going to be laying these guys all over the place. Okay, so I got that. I'm going to grab some more snakes. I don't think I need that many. Well, let's just do that just in case. And some more bats. I'm going to grab one really big bat and save that for the bow. I'm going to grab a bunch of these smaller ones. We got three other sizes. So there's 3 different sizes. That you might be able to find. Actually 4. You want all different sizes of that. I'm going to toss that to the side. All that to the side. Move these out of the crosshairs of the netting. Now, I have some sprigs. Got 2 sprigs here. Let me grab the other one that fell down. And we're going to put those on the side. Good thing about the branches, the little twigs, you can always stick it inside. So if you laid out all the flowers like I did here, it's okay, because you can always put these in there. Now you can either lay it like it is and then try to tuck it in there, or do like I do. I just cut these off, this main piece off. And then I have 2 separate ones. Let me do this to the other one. And let's go ahead and figure out where I want to lay it. I already have the brown branch there. I might tuck it in here and have it going backwards. Okay, so I kind of like that, and you can cut it so it's shorter. I like the length that it is in. I'm going to tuck it in the back. I'm going to move everything out of the way, tuck it in the back. Like so. It stuck to me for a minute. The kind of the glue, you can like leave the glue everywhere because it kind of looks like spiders are over it. I try to take most of it off. I do leave some of the stringiness of the glue, only because it kind of looks like spiders have been making their web. And I'm going to get one of these little critters here. I love these little critters here, these little spiders. And if you notice, if you look at flowers in nature, look real close, and a lot of times you can see a little spider that is tucked inside of a flower. So I'm going to take this spider. I am going to put some glue just on the bottom part of the body, and I'm going to tuck it inside here. I like how the spider is going to be facing outward, because it's always making sure it's protecting itself. You'll always see it kind of go outside. It's protecting itself and always looking for prey. Now remember I said that this likes to ball up a lot. I am going to take some spiders and I am going to glue some all up in here. I'm going to take different spiders. I think I'm going to take this flat one here. It's flat, and start laying them down. Now if you notice, this has the spider web at the bottom right here. I am going to lay this spider right there near the center. Okay. I am going to put some up here in this netting. I'm going to take the smaller ones, like the flat one again. So I'll find another flat one. Put some glue on it. Put it on some of the netting. And if you want to try to get the legs to go inside where it reaches the gets tangled up, so when you have it, it won't come off. I think I'm going to take one of those little critters again, here, this little critter, and put this one at the bottom, or towards the bottom. Let me show you. I'm going to stick it here. Let the glue sit there a bit. Let it dry on there. You can have the spiders going in different directions. You don't want them all going in the same direction because then it won't look right. Okay. Gonna twist this around. Let's see. I've got that. Oh, I forgot my snake. Let's see. I think I'm going to have the snake over here because this side has some empty spaces and I kind of want to cover some of. Alright, I'm going to take a bat and I am going to stick him way back here on the leaf, but I'm getting him facing out. Okay, let's glue. I'm sticking out. Alright, liking it so far. Now let's go to the other side. Now we need to put some of the, it's got tangled up again, as you can see. Spiders and all these other little creepy little creatures. Alright, let's see. We have let's put a spider sitting on one of these leaves here. So again, I'm going to take the little critter one. You can see here, this one. Let's glue on the back. And let's stick him. Let's stick him hidden, but just sitting on the outside. Like so. He's hiding, he's not hiding.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Sorry, Alexa was listening to me. The way he's kind of hiding, but he's not hiding. And we need to put a sprig up there. So I got here. Let's see, I'm going to lay it. Figure out what this did. Lay it back here, like that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Hold it there for a sec to let it glue in place. There we go. I'm going to take another another snake, and I think I'm going to stick him coming out again from the side. Do I want him? How do I want him? A lot of times you're playing around with how do you want to put your pieces. So you're laying them out first, which I strongly suggest, is to lay stuff out. Alright, now that I've glued the spiders, I'm going to stick my really big bat on the back here. I'm going to bend him a little bit, the wings, and stick him on here like so. So let's glue him up here. He's looking straight up. He wants to get ready to fly. And then we're going to go to the front, and we are going to stick one of the bats up here. So grabbing a bat here, I'm going to fold it like so. I'm going to stick it at an angle. I'm not going to have it up straight here or straight down. I don't like that. I'm going to have it up here, like here. Okay, put some glue. Let's sit there for a sec. Cool off. And I'm going to stick a little spider up in here, or I might stick him laying here on the skull. Let's see how I want to do him. Do I have him laying on the skull? Or up in here? Or do I want to put another one down here? Let's see. I always like to get little critters everywhere. I think I might stick two. Let's do that. Let's put one up here. You hold it in place, let it stick, and then I'm going to stick with that spider right down here. He's trying to check that bat out. His eyes are going to be bigger than his stomach. Alright, so you know he's got a lot of these strings. We are completely done. You can go around and get all the strings off, but all in all, once you get these laid out, you've got yourself a hat. Okay. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please click and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am in need of that. And check out the other videos I have up here. This section is for the craft playlist. I have crafts, and I also read children's books. I read them aloud on this YouTube channel as well. So please share my YouTube channel. I would appreciate it. Like this video and share. I hope you all have a happy Halloween, and see you next time. Bye. Forgot one more thing, addendum. I forgot to add my hanging spider. So I'm going to glue this spider up onto the string. And this has like a little wraparound. So I am going to wrap it around some and do some glue. So go straight down. And make sure that this is going to go straight up through, so it looks like it's going straight out of the bottom of the spider's butt. Okay. Now I'm going to figure out how high or how long I want to put this spider. I think I'm going to put it a little lengthy. So let's cut here. My scissors go.